Hi everybody, this is Alpha Traveler 1. Gonna give it a few more minutes for the rest of the folks to join, but we are going live. How's everybody doing? Bear with me as I set this up, so please hang in there with me, trying to get this give me a second here. I am trying to get my stream up and so I could see your chats. So far I see Work Hard. How's it going? Mouse Junkie. Angela, how's it going? Brenda, thank you. We're going to give it a few more minutes for the rest of the folks to join. So we're going to be talking about something that most YouTubers will probably not talk about. And this is actually talking about an item called freebooting. I'm not sure if you guys heard of what a freebooting is, but we'll talk about that in a few. Just out and about, how are you? Thank you for coming. We're gonna get started in a few minutes. So this is actually a part of I guess part of our stream where we kind of help the community, right? But the reason why this actually popped up so quickly was because of an event that happened yesterday, which I will explain. For those of you who are creators like me, you're going to appreciate this. Hopefully this will help everybody kind of understand how you could put a digital signature on your own video. Hey Andy, how's it going? Thanks for coming. We're going to get started in a few minutes, so bear with us, please. Samantha, how are you? So the topic of the day, understand this is something, as you could see, it's called Your Stolen Videos and How to Protect Your Channel and Brands. Hey P. Smith, how are you? Welcome. So essentially what we need to talk about, hey Drone Wolf, how's it going? Thanks for coming. So it's a topic which most people don't talk about, and it's called freebooting. I'll explain that in a little bit. We're going to give it another minute or two before we get started. So what you see here, I am actually going to use this page here to kind of talk to you guys a little bit about, let's see, let me move it over here a little bit. About the video. Can you guys hear me well, and can you see the screen? Hey Jitterflix, how's it going? Thanks for joining. So this stream is actually dedicated to our community here. As you know, I'm actually kind of really friends with almost everybody in my community. I know everybody. I talk to you. Almost everybody here who's a creator, I've seen your channel. So one of the things that I've actually noticed is that a lot of us, I'm not pointing out who it is, and you know, let me tell you, if I go back to my old videos, I'm at fault for it as well. So one thing that's never ever talked about, including the big guys, you're talking about 1 million, you know, subscriber guys, is something called the freebooting. So this is actually a term apparently used a long time ago, and I'm going to explain what this actually means. So I found an article in Google. After the stream is over, I am going to put that article in there so you could read it. So freebooting has been a term used interchangeably with piracy and plundering for a few hundred years. A modern definition of freebooting is the act of taking digital media and uploading it as your own without the content creator's permission. So what came about is, if any of you who are content providers, go to Google, put your channel name, put it in parentheses, and look it up. And look to see how many fake YouTube channels are out there internationally, especially internationally, in Russia, to the Middle East, to Latin America, everywhere. All our contents are being bootlegged. And the reason why I actually found out about this, hey Nathan, thanks for joining. So the reason why I found out about this, I realized that my content was being bootlegged, was there someone who was either trying to tell me something or wasn't thinking through notifying the content provider that his stuff is being stolen. So he actually reached out to me via one of my, well actually 2 of my videos, saying, hey Alpha Traveler 1, are you putting a software, encrypting it so that when I download it from other than YouTube, it doesn't look good? There's a bunch of defects out there. And I kind of realized, wait a minute, what is he talking about downloading it outside of YouTube? Because I am exclusively a YouTube shop. Okay? So all my videos actually go to YouTube, period. So as I probed him a little further, he either accidentally or just wasn't paying attention, cut and paste his entire purchase or his communication to the site. And this site actually, a bunch of sites, and he said, hey guys, Alpha Traveler put a software in his videos that would make all his videos that are downloaded outside of YouTube have a defect. When I realized that, I kind of realized 2 things. One thing is that there's actually more to this bootlegging than I thought. What he is talking about is there's some bunch of other firms, which I saw the links, that that he was sending to, illegally downloaded my movies and were selling it. And those people who are buying it think that I am actually the one selling it. So what I realized was this. I kind of talked to, I had to talk to someone, so I talked to a few friends of mine. I used to be a risk analyst for, for work. So I called a few people up and I asked them about this, and they kind of said, yeah, we know about this. And what they said was, well, this type of thing called freebooting really cannot be stopped simply because of technology, what you have here in the computer. There isn't anything that says, hey, this belongs to Alpha Traveler, this belongs to Jitterflix, this belongs to, Work Hard for, MK3. That's where the problem is. But we did talk about this, and we could make this a little bit impalatable for people trying to steal our content. So we kind of talked through this, and I kind of realized that one of the tools that I'm going to talk to you about now actually resides in your account here. And this is this thing here where it says subscribe. That's actually a digital signature. So how to do this, and here's the thing, and we kind of started talking further and further into it about this YouTube digital signature. Kind of realized that many of us could be doing it differently, and by no means, it is. If you want to do it this way, great. However, we kind of realized that twofold. One, I am doing it right, but he also said to me that my own digital signature up here, if you kind of look at where the arrow is, top left of my video, he says it's too small. So what he actually said was that if you want to add your digital signature, the digital signature should be a little bit bigger. It should not impose your whole video, and also should include the name of your channel. But let's take a step back and let's look at this one here. This is the YouTube digital signature. So the YouTube digital signature, a lot of our folks like to put their own stamp on it here. And what a few of my friends that we talked about, we kind of agreed that that might not be the best way to protect yourself. The reason is, if you have a video like mine right here, this is YouTube's digital signature. From my understanding, and I did some research online, they said that every time you click a video and the digital signature comes in here, it records it and says, hey, this is so-and-so coming in to watch it. And what is great about this is that I'm going to show you how to do it, and you're going to be able to kind of also protect yourself. But there's putting your own stamp in here, which maybe a lot of people don't have the ability to do. So here's one thing that you need to do, is to make sure every of your video has a YouTube signature, digital signature, by clicking here. You go to your Creator Studio, go to your channel, click on Advanced. Once you are in Advanced, the watermark, yes. So Andy, I'm using it synonymously, the watermark. However, if you look at this, you go to Advanced. Give me a second. And then you go to branding. Above Advanced rather, I'm sorry. So you go to branding. Magical Trips and Nick and Tay, welcome. So one of the things that we talked about, just as Andy indicated, either you could call it a digital signature or watermark. A lot of times, you would call that a watermark. So what we've actually done is this. So when you are at your branding section under the channel, it says end of the video, customize start time, and entire video. We talked about this, and where it says end of the video, entire video, custom start time, we come to a conclusion that we should, as a creator, to protect yourself, put it in an entire put it in entire video. The reason is that if it goes through your entire video, no matter how they cut pieces of it out, it still identifies this as coming from YouTube. So they can't say, well, I did it myself, or this this video did not come from YouTube. You travel vlogs, welcome. So this is step number one, to make sure that you protect yourself by having this YouTube watermark in your video. If you don't have it activated, activate it. Make sure it's in the entire video. If you don't want to, it's not a problem, but you know, that's how, you know, my friends and I, we kind of talk through this. And it is because people tend to steal, and they also slice and dice your video and take it out. Okay? Now, the second part, so this part represents YouTube. So they can't say, well, you didn't get it from YouTube, it's from another channel somewhere. Hey, Cargo, thank you for joining. So once you have this watermark created, one of the things as a creator, you need to think about is your own watermark in your video. Right here. I have it here, however, we talked about this, and my understanding from a few of my friends who critiqued it was that this watermark that I have here is probably a little small. And one of the things that he actually said was the watermark should contain your full name. And it should also indicate a YouTube / Alpha Traveler, in my opinion. So the problem is this. One other problem I talked to my friends about was, obviously, on this watermark, I'm going to make it bigger. However, there's an issue. The issue is that you could slice, dice, and chop sides of the videos, from my understanding. So as an example, if you look at where the watermark is, right, they could slice this off and you'll never see this again. So one of the things that, you know, he's indicated was the reason why you want it bigger is because if it comes out to here, right, maybe 20% of the video, and it's not truly intrusive, they have to chop off more than 20% of this video here. This makes it very unpalatable for some of these people who want to steal your work. That is where we as content providers have to start thinking. How to protect ourselves, because currently, technology-wise, there isn't a way to stop theft through, you know, streaming videos like this. There are plenty of channels, or rather sites out there that does that, siphons it out. And again, if you don't believe it, go to Google, put your channel name in parentheses, look at it. Look to see how many of these are located in Europe, you know, Middle East, everywhere. You name it, it's there. Someone has it. And that includes all the comments that everybody else has made. But here's the thing, when you put this logo here to subscribe to digital watermark or fingerprint here in your own, and you make it bigger, what happens is that a lot of these folks, in order to say that it is their own content, they have to chop a whole bunch of stuff off this video. So our job is to make it harder and unpalatable for these people to want to steal your stuff. So going forward, what I am going to do is I am going to redesign my own logo here, and I am going to go and look up a patent attorney. I'm going to patent it. I take this seriously. So this is what we talked about, and I thought it was a very, very useful thing, because majority of some of the folks that I talked to, they have their masters in technology. My MBA, I guess, concentration was technology as well. So I kind of looked at this, I started pulling this apart and kind of realized this is what's happening. By making your items less palatable, there's less chance that someone's going to buy something illegally and say, well, I don't want to see this guy, Alpha Travelers, stuff all over the place. If they can't make money, most likely they're going to leave you alone. So that's what you have to do. Mr. Gans PR, thank you very much for coming. So this is the reason why, I'm talking about this, is because I know my videos have been pirated. And some guy, either he intentionally wanted me to know, or accidentally or stupid enough to let me know. I reported it, one. And two, I realized this is what's happening. And it's not just happening to the Sonys and Disneys of the world where their videos are bootlegged. So are ours. And if you don't believe it, go to Google and look up Tim Tracker or that Cupcake person, whatever, that have millions of hits. I could guarantee you they are on those things as well. So this is what I wanted to talk to my community about. This is what I want to make sure that you, as our family, our friends, understand that's what's happening out there, and that we can make things a little bit harder or less appetizing for some of these people to get. Hey, Hector, thanks for joining. How are you? So for those people who don't have at least the YouTube watermark, my suggestions, get it. Because this way, at least you could see it. And when they download it, that YouTube watermark will be there. You know that has been pilfered from YouTube then. At least there is a track back to YouTube, right? The reason why I put my watermark is because that actually identifies who I am. And they can't say that's them. So remember, do this. Make sure that you have what you need to protect your digital stock, your videos. You don't do it, someone will take it, someone will certainly profit off of you. So those people who are on here still, do we have any questions? So there's going to be a second part. The second part is the buddy of mine. He's in social media a lot, and he actually stated that he's going to give me some sort of a verbiage that I could put in my video to kind of warn people that if they're seeing it outside of YouTube, it is fake. It is stolen. So, Magic Trips and Nick and Tay, that's actually a good question. How to make your own watermark. So I use my rendering software called Movie Studio Platinum 14. I have my own logo. And what I will do is to use the the Platinum 14 and embed it into my videos as a watermark. It will actually know how to do this. It's harder, but let me tell you, it takes a lot of headache away from your videos. That, if somewhere down the road someone's claim it's theirs, you have all these watermarks here. There's no doubt it is yours. Hector or Us Out Loud, great idea. Photoshop, great way to kind of make some sort of watermark or logo that you want to put in there. But it is important. Hey Farah, thank you very much for coming and supporting. So for those of you out there who likes this video, please don't forget to hit that like button, please. So this way, you know, kind of gives us an idea if you enjoyed it or not. But it is very important, again, going back there, to make a watermark or make sure that something represents you. And one of the most important things that we have come to a conclusion, I've talked to my friends, is that in your watermark, it has to contain your channel name. And we went further to say / this YouTube exclusive content only. So that is it. Get yourself a watermark and make sure that you have the YouTube watermark here, the bottom right hand side. So this way there is a trace to say this is actually from YouTube. It's been pilfered. So Hector, we kind of talked about using the YouTube one here, and it is two parts. The first part is you have to keep, it's better to keep the YouTube watermark here. It's also better, even better, to have your own somewhere on your video. This way, there's two things. One, to make sure that, hey, does it trace back to YouTube? And then second, your own, it traces back to you. You, the content owner. Drone Wolf, thank you very much for coming. I will see you later. Hey, Steph, thanks for joining. So, as a content owner, after I talked to some of my friends and kind of start noodling, kind of making an analysis about this, it is safer to have both YouTube and your own watermark in your video at all times. When I say all times, I mean from the beginning of your video to the end of your video. The reason is there are a lot of times some of these folks that are either buying, illegally downloading, they may not be using all of your video. They may be making snippets. If they snip your video, there's nothing that represents you, Hector. This is your content. Guess what? They just got away with it. Think about that. So this is the reason why we will always want to have that. So Hector, I think you're on the right track. I think having your own watermark and YouTube watermark together, that's powerful. So I think you missed that part where I kind of talked about my logo. My friends and I kind of talked about this, and they kind of said mine is too small. So I'm going to make it a little bigger by potentially putting my name, Alpha Traveler 1, on top, and then below that there's going to be a word that says this is YouTube only content. Hey Dawn, I didn't even see you there. My apologies. Welcome to the stream. So I'm going to run another stream where my friends are going to give me some verbiage for us to think about when we create our own content. And when I get it, I'm going to stream it. I'm going to give it maybe a 2-day prep. I'm going to set this up so that you will have it in your, I guess, in your notifications. So this way you could actually see some of the words that I may be embedding in my video. So this way it warns people, hey, this is stolen if you're not getting this from YouTube. So I think that's it. Really, all it is that protect yourself, protect your content. Everybody works so hard for it, and I don't think you want that credit to go to someone else and who's profiting off of you. So if you all have any questions, I'm going to be doing another one to augment this by kind of talking to my friends and talking about the verbiage that we should be embedding in our videos or below our video where there's words in it. So this way it warns people that this is not a legit, if they didn't get it from YouTube, which I will share with, you know, my folks here who are part of our community here. So for those of you who are just joining, and if you enjoyed it, please hit the like button. And if you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe, so this way you could have future streams like this to help you protect yourself and help you grow. And there's one more announcement I want to make. We are going to be doing a weekly live stream very, very shortly to help our folks, small YouTube channels, grow by using the channel tools that are already in YouTube. So everything in your Creator Studio we are going to talk about. And one of the things that we are going to do is this, that there are many partners. I wouldn't call it a partner channel because, you know, right now we're kind of, everybody's our partner, right? What we're going to do is, for those of you who are out there who are doing really something very unique, we are going to piggyback off of what you're doing to help our small partner channels grow. As an example, Rob Fuzz, he has dropped that rope. And one of the things that we're going to do is to do a stream with him to help our smaller channels to understand some of the services here, to help you grow, help you blow up, right? And then there's one, Hector, us out loud here, really cool guy. He is just like me. We love our technology. And one of the things that he got me on was using a gimbal. And I have to tell you, looking at everything he has done so far, very technology forward. And somewhere down the road, Hector, this is a warning to you. We're going to invite you on to interview you, to talk to you about using technology, how it helped your channel, right? So there's going to be a whole bunch of people out there. And then Steph, we're going to get you in here to say, well, guess what? Not everything has to be about Disney, or not everything has to be about just that. Because you know what, Steph, you do a great drawing, or, you know, when you paint, a fantastic stream to kind of draw, you know, using your talent, right? Think about that. You love Disney, but there's something else to kind of get people to do everything, right? So let them realize that you shouldn't be single-minded, you know, kind of have horses, I guess, horses blinders on, right? So everybody in our community, you're going to have a chance to kind of come on and kind of talk about how you did it. You know, remember, this is a community. This is not a one-man shop, right? And think about this, social media. What does social media mean? Social means a lot of people, right? Socialize. For those people who think that social media means I'm just going to pop my content out there and just let it happen, guess what? They're going to continue to be small, but they're going to have to learn. By learning, by listening to everybody who's here, that's going to open up their minds. So with that, you will know that I'm going to have a second part to this, your stolen videos and how to protect your channel and brand 2, to talk about some of the verbiage I'm going to be putting into my videos. So this way it helps deter as much as we can, because there's no way we could stop these, right? Because technology isn't there yet. But it will, hopefully that will help deter some of those people out there to buy these things that are illegal. Or if some of these people illegally downloading our content kind of realize, man, these guys already know what's going on, and they're doing things to protect themselves. Perhaps maybe somewhere down the road they could stop stealing my stuff or your things. Expedition Theme Park, welcome. So, and then the second part is we're going to be doing a continuous live stream every week to talk about technology, talk about the tools, and in Creator Studio, how to utilize the tools to make your channel bigger. So that's all I have, guys. I'm going to stop here just to see if anybody has any questions. If not, I am going to end the stream in a little bit, and I am going to take my dog Mela out for her walk, so she doesn't blow up in my house, and then I'll be back online. So I'm waiting to see if anybody has any questions. Okay, so it looks like there are no questions. So again, everybody who is on, who is watching, who will be watching, thank you all very much for attending, watching this video. By watching this video, you have automatically become a part of our community. And thank you very much for being a part of the community. Our role in the community is to help each other. And this is our way to give back to our community, to help you protect your videos, protect your identity, protect your brand, right? And to kind of help you grow as a community. And we're not here to allow some sort of digital crime to kind of happen. If there's anything that we can make it harder for them, we're going to certainly try to help you do so. So with that said, everybody, thank you all very much, and we will talk to you soon.